What's up, guys? I just finished making the video on my Beretta 92 that I'm going to shoot at the state IDPA match this year. I figured while I've got this camera set up, I might as well go ahead and make a video on another pistol that I shoot quite often and have quite a lot of rounds through. And that's the Sig P365 XL. Now, it's not an XL in its current configuration. And before I do anything, I'll show you nothing in the magazine well and nothing in the chamber. But this is a rather controversial pistol. Maybe not so much as its larger brother, the P320, but Sig has gotten quite a lot of heat these days. So I wanted to make this video and just kind of tell you why I picked this pistol, my experiences with it shooting between 13 and 14,000 rounds through it, and just kind of some thoughts. Would I recommend it? Why I'm sticking with this compared to other options on the market, just to kind of give you some background. Before I go any farther, Sig has completely lost my respect, and I can't recommend this pistol. I can't recommend any Sig products, frankly, because they're such a scummy company at the moment. They've had problems with just about everything they've come out with. Even the original P365s, they had trigger return springs that would break. The XL didn't have issues when it came out, as far as I know, but the X Macro had finish issues with rusting. The fuse wouldn't cycle some ammo properly. It's just a dumpster fire over there. So I've had an amazing experience with this pistol, and I'm going to tell you about it, but I don't recommend that you buy one for yourself. But this video is to give you information about this as a pistol, as a product, as a platform, not as a product of Sig, right? So if you have one of these, take this as, stuff you can expect when you reach a high round count. If you don't have one of these and you are considering one, this is information for that as well. But just know that I don't stand behind Sig, and I probably never will again. So with that, let's get into the pistol. I bought this in 2023 as a P365 XL. Now, this is the original grip module that has been taped to high heaven and used and abused through hundreds of reloads, but bought this for the purpose of being my first concealed carry gun. I got my concealed carry permit in 2024, and this was in my waistband, sort of since then. I also started shooting IDPA matches with this. I started shooting IDPA matches in early 2025, and this was the gun that I started out with. So I carried the original grip module in this T-Rex Arms sidecar holster. It doesn't have the mag caddy on there because my wife was using this at 3 o'clock. And this holster was fine, and this grip's fine. It conceals super well. You can still get a full grip on the pistol, especially with this tactical development pinky ledge here. That gives you a full grip, 12+1, no big deal. But when I started shooting IDPA, when I started getting a little more comfortable with concealing pistols and drawing them and everything on my body, I wanted a little bit more to hang on to, so I got an X Macro grip module. Now, this one has been stippled. You can see under the grip tape there. I think it was by JT Custom. I don't remember exactly, but I ordered it already stippled. I didn't have to send it in, so that was a nice perk. So bought this grip module and the mags to go with it, and I have been carrying this in an LAS Concealment Kaizen holster. This is a very nice holster. Love the way it conceals, love the way the pistol fits in there, like the sweat guard. My only complaint with it is it's cut perfectly flush with the muzzle of the pistol there. So if you get this hot in a match or on a range day, you're gonna feel it below the waistband. But this is what I've been carrying it in ever since, and has served me quite well. So why did I buy this pistol? I've shot a lot of guns. I haven't owned that many, but I've shot quite a few. I've shot Hellcats, Hellcat Pros, Glock 43X. I've shot the Shield and the Shield Plus, only the 3.1 inch versions, not the Performance Center ones. Glock 19s, Canex, you name it. I've handled and shot quite a few guns, and this one stood out to me. I saw a lot of people saying that the recoil was less than pistols of a similar size. I was blown away by how they could get 12+1 in this tiny little grip module it came with. I like the proportions. I like a little bit longer barrel than like the 3 and 3.1 inch micro compacts out there. So picked this up. Love the night sights, like the magazines. It is a little expensive. The mags are expensive, but it's that Sig tax, you know, they want to gut you wherever they can. So, like I said, I have put 13 or 14,000 rounds through this pistol at this point. What have I experienced? Pretty much nothing but amazing results. So I've never, that I know of, had a failure to fire with this pistol, and I shoot only the cheapest 115 grain stuff I can find. It's usually Blazer, Magtech, or Winchester, White Box or Valor, whatever they call it. And I've never had a failure to fire. I have had a handful of failures to ejects after this pistol eclipsed 10,000 rounds, which I'm pretty sure is the spring life for the ejector spring. So this thing's gonna be getting a full suite of new springs. And I might go ahead and swap out the Optic as well. This is a Holosun 407K red dot, and it's been nothing but amazing. It's been reliable. You can see there, it's been dropped on gravel and stuff. I just want to try out an enclosed emitter dot, and to get to the pin that holds the extractor in place, I have to remove the Optic anyway. So EPS carry and a full set of springs is probably in the future for this guy, but I have loved shooting and carrying this pistol. I've loved every range day I've brought this out on, and my wife now really likes shooting this gun. It fits her hands very well. The recoil on this pistol is still one of the reasons I can't seem to give it up. I've thought about switching to Glocks for reliability and ease of maintenance, and kind of to ease my concerns about Sig as a company or as a brand. I've thought about switching to Smith & Wesson for a comparable slim carry in the Shield Plus. I've thought about going with the full-size M&Ps too. I just can't give this gun up, because every time I pick it up, every time I draw it out of the waistband, it works for me. I don't know if it's the design of the slide and the recoil spring, or the thickness of the barrel, or what it is, but this seems to have less recoil than just about every other micro compact gun that I've shot. I even prefer how this shoots to the Glock 19 Gen 5. I'm not saying it shoots better, obviously. Totally personal preference, but I prefer this over just about anything else in its size range. Now, I just made a video on how I carry a Beretta, so obviously I like and shoot other guns, but this thing points naturally, it returns to zero, and it just disappears on the body. I mean, that is a slim frame, and you're getting 1.7 rounds in the magazine. So, as much as I want to give it up, as much as I want to hate on it and hate Sig as a company, I like this pistol. It's been reliable for me over, thousands and thousands of rounds, and I'm going to continue to carry it. Problems I've had with this pistol. The first negative is the ejection port has that loaded chamber indicator, so that spews gas all over the front of your Optic and crud and stuff. Not a huge deal if you shoot target focused like you should, and so many other pistols have that nowadays, but it is a little annoying. The other thing is the finish on the magazines. The finish on the slide, for how many thousands of times I've pulled this out of a holster learning my appendix draw, has held up way better than I thought it would. But here's one of the original magazines that I kind of neglected to take care of, and it is all rusted up. Now, these nice 1.7 round magazines for the X Macro, those don't have the same problems. I have taken a little bit better care of them, probably, keeping them wiped down after matches and stuff, but these have been excellent. It was just those 12 rounders that I had the rusting issue with. But other than that, I don't think I've had a single issue with this pistol. I'll go ahead and show you the trigger. I love the trigger on this pistol, but it's a bad trigger. It's not for everybody. I really enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoy flat face triggers that break at 90 degrees, and this does that, but it has developed a hitch over time. When I got this, you get to the wall, take out the take-up, it would be mushy, it'd be a break. It felt like every other, striker trigger on the market. But now, after 14,000 rounds, there is a hitch. So remove the take-up, I'm on the wall. Now watch this. That's a hitch, that's not a break. There's the hitch, there's the break. I'll show you the reset. I love the reset. super, super audible, tactile, whatever they want to call it. Pushes your finger forward. Again, I don't ride the reset, but I do like the trigger. But I don't know if the hitch is from springs wearing out in the FCU, because I've shot this 13,000 rounds, or tolerances loosening up on the frames. I can update you when I replace all the springs in here, but it is a little bit annoying. You don't really notice it in live fire if you pull through. I don't know if you can even hear it, but it is kind of annoying in slow fire now that it's developed that. But maybe this video was too rambly. Let me know if you have any questions that I can address or concerns in the comments. Let me know if you have any thoughts of your own on the Sig. What is your experience? Have you been able to get away from this platform due to longevity concerns or concerns with Sig as a company? Or are you still rocking with a 1-inch thick 17 round 365 series gun? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.